You dirty good kitty.
That's lovely, that
Oh, you
is.
dirty good kitty. Somebody came to one in love. Right, Mont? So, buddy. Good morning. What's going on, people? Welcome to the Sunday morning Fishroom Hangout stream. Where we hang out in this fish room. It's a little Monty and me. We get in all sorts of stuff. All right, say hi. Good morning, weirdo. John McKenzie. Good morning, good morning. Scotty Quaddy, what's going on,
John
man?
McKenzie said good morning, weirdos.
Good morning. Greg's Catfish Cave. Good morning. Al Wet Sox, what's up, man? Good morning. Long Family Show. Yo, yo, yo. Good morning. Jenny Lynn. Good morning. Window Liquor number 5. What up, Mr. Manifesto? Good morning, Mr. Good morning, peeps. Oof. Too much coffee. Andy Carson. Good morning, good morning. Thanks for being here. All right, what else? Where else? 3G. What up, dude? Good morning. Good morning, Nathan Hovey. Good morning. TJ Autocross. Yo, dude. Good morning. I'm scanning real quick today. Merrick T. What up? Dennis Christensen. Hello, hello. Good morning. At last, a Sunday morning. Good morning. Yup, it's Sunday. Happy Sunday, people. All right, what do we got going on today? Still kind of behind the curve. That was a miss. But we got things to do. Get caught up. Probably some more water changes in the horizon. I definitely need to take care of some stuff. I write a list. I write a list now because I can't remember what the hell I'm doing. Oh yeah. The filter that we took out from the old saltwater tank has been sitting over here in this bucket since we took it out of there. How many weeks now? Months? It's been a while. That needs to be cleaned up, addressed, and possibly set into use on another tank. I'm thinking maybe this 55 or that 75. I'm thinking this 55 at the moment because this is always kind of like this tank needs help. Actually, I need to get a bigger tank. And I don't even know how I'm going to address that problem of putting a 75. I would think a 75 would be better. If I were to change that 55 to a 75, I would have to get the tank out with or without the fish in it, tank in, and then move everybody into it. That's going to be a process. So I gotta, there's logistics there. It's just not working out for me. But anyway, so we can clean up that filter. We'll do that in a minute. I have some ideas because it was all caked up with those little, that tank is a vermitid snail problem, which is like a pest snail. And they're, it's a saltwater snail, but they're they fix themselves on a thing. They grow kind of almost like coral. They just keep adding onto themselves, so they're like a fixed hard shell. Here, I'll show you. Let me get this bucket. All right. I've not touched this filter. I guess we can chuck that. We can chuck that. I've not touched this since we put it in this bucket and cleaned it. But if you could see, ew, that was gross. There's still water in there from. All right. I don't know how much. Wait, you know what? I can see what you can see. Hang on. Hang on. Give me a good angle on this. See these little crusties here? These are all made out of calcium or some substance. You see that? I got water running down my arm. It's gross. You can kind of see them there. Yeah, they're all spiky. Be careful with these things. You get stabbed by them. The last thing I ever want in my life is a snail underneath my skin. Alright, let's get this out of here too. Anyway, this thing is covered inside and out with those vermitid snail things. I'm trying to grab this without like... So I think what I should do is what's the best way to get rid of these things? I could rinse. Rinsing would probably be a good start. I mean, they're all over this too. This is the basket. Alright, I'm going to give this a good rinse real quick, since we're already getting into it. So hang on, folks. You stay there. I'll be over here real quick. We're going to knock off the big ones that we can. It's going to be a little loud. You guys can handle this, right? Oh, that's hot. Too hot. Too hot. Just going to take this little plastic scrubby brush. Try and knock off anything big without stabbing myself. That's that. Apparently I didn't even do the side I wanted to do. Doesn't have to be perfect, but I'm trying to get rid of like the spikes. You know? I'm sure that's loud, sorry. Let's put this in this bucket. Oh. I'm gonna do the other part real quick. At least try and get some of them off. We're gonna do a little experiment, I think. Try and get most of them off. Well, it's not much of an experiment. It should work. We'll try it. Ow! Damn it! Just got shivved by one of them. So gross. Alright, that's loud enough for you people, I guess. How can we handle this? Alright,
Window Licker number 5 said, Jason, how's the wife? Is the COVID gone?
Yeah, we're pretty much both over it now. Yeah, it sucked. But yeah, I think we're past all the... I'm bleeding from that. Let me get something. First of all, let me make sure that stupid snail thing is out of me. Gross! Here, I got hydrogen peroxide right here. I'm just going to throw that on there real quick in case I want to kill anything that's in there. Get out, die! Die! Alright. If I start to get like, feverish and weird, make sure the doctors know that this is what I was stabbed with.
Jenny Lynn said the seas are mighty rough and blustery this morning, Sir Blackbeard.
Blackbeard. Alright. Okay. Alrighty then. Is there a way to take this part off? I think I'm unscrewing this. So the answer will be yes.
That's lovely, that is.
It's lovely. Okay. I'm going to stick that in there. I'm going to stick
Richard
this in
Reynolds
there.
said Nick from Keeping Fish Simple in Australia will be giving a talk at the Pasco County Aquarium Society next month.
That is cool.
Alison AS said, did you go to the CCY swap?
I did not go to the CCY swap. A, because I was just getting over COVID. And B, everything that I had that was supposed to happen last weekend because I had COVID had to happen this weekend. So I had family obligations. All right. Now, what are we going to do? I have vinegar. Problem is I have like 3 half jugs. Well, I got 2 half jugs and a full jug. So we'll do that. This one's the half jug. White distilled vinegar. I'm going to add water to this. Dude, I'm really bleeding. me get these jugs out of here. I guess maybe we should use RO water. I know that seems like a waste of RO water, but it would make the vinegar more effective, right? And if I jacked in high calcium water. I know. Alright, well, whatever. I can generate RO water, so it's not a big deal. So let's do it. Can you see what I'm mixing over here? No. Let's get in the mix pot. There we go. Whoa. Hold on. Hold on. This camera's going to fall. There we go. Nope. Nope. What am I doing here? This is like on a weird little stand. Nope. Alright, so we need to go that way and then this way. There we go. Are we good? I gotta wait a couple seconds to see how it turned out. Alright, looks good enough for me. What am I doing? Here's some RO. I'm starting by soaking the inside. That turned out white. Hopefully it dissolves it. That was 1 gallon of water to about half a gallon of vinegar. More vinegar. I'm gonna make this acidic. I'm gonna put half a gallon. I'm gonna put about, yeah, I'm just gonna put half of this in there. Probably gonna let that set for a long time. Right, let me put some more water so that everything's covered in water. And I can start the RO flowing. So let's get that going with the flowing. Yep. I have to get a new one of those level.
Andy Carson said that bucket is hanging over the edge of the stool.
Does it make you nervous? Yeah, it's definitely not stable. Good call. Alright. Another gallon and we're good here. We're going to just let this soak. Then the whole filter's pretty much underwater. Kind of wanted to get to the level where both compartments are underwater. Alright. We'll leave this soak. Probably for, I don't know, might need a day or two. We'll see how it looks by the end of the stream. But now that this is done, I will move this out of the way. Somewhere more stable than on its stool. Ready to fall. Oh! That was heavy. Actually, that's not a good place for this because I'm going to have to get past this in a second. So let's move this. Yeah, we'll move it over here. So we don't forget about it. Alright, the lid. Not too worried about the lid. The lid actually looks pretty clean. All that junk can actually stay there. I'm going to rinse this bucket out because it's disgusting. Actually, I got to wait to that. Let me do it with this. I got this. Good enough. Hearing that? What is that? That's my RO making that noise? I don't know. I hear a squeal from the pipes. Actually, I think it might be the hot water heater making that noise. The water heater. The water. All right. Let's get back here. Let's get back over here. What else we got? Maria Z, what's going on? New age underwater filter. Yeah, you like that? Like to live dangerously. Yeah. Oh, All right. What else we got? That was the filter, so that when this is done, we can use it. Thinking 55. This light is not on. Excuse me. Got hiccups. So yeah, that's the 55 down there. Can we see that? Should just put this on the tripod, make my life easier. How about we do this? We look at, this should be my brackish tanks we're looking at. The cyanodorsalis, there's 2 10 gallons. They both have cyanodorsalis, blue eyes, rainbows in there, and the one on the left has, they call them freshwater flounders, but they're really brackish. Perhaps even salt. But we need a water change in those too, so let's we can look at this for a sec. Pull the camera this way. And then we'll move the other camera around. Trying to be a little more professional here. One on the left definitely needs a water change. The one on the right,
Jeff
we just
Pelham's
set up last
Aquatic
week.
said, "Are they fresh?"
Are they fresh? No, these are all brackish. Although they can go, what do they call that? Euryhaline? Where you can go from brackish to fresh to salt. I believe every fish in there is kind of like that. They can quickly adapt to changes in salinity. Alright, what am I doing? I was going to set up the tripod. Okay, let's do that. Let's get this little handheld jobby out of here. And we'll get into that mess of a tank in a sec. It's really not that bad. It's just been a while since I've done a water change on the one. I did 2 water changes on the one. I set the one up on the right there and moved the adults. That was just a fry hatching thing, but I put the adults in that tank. So the adults have been in there for a week. Roughly.
Window Liquor number 5 said, "How are the flounders doing?"
They're doing good, man. They're actually getting really big. I don't know if we can see them in there. Maybe if I move the light a little bit better. They are pretty hidden at the moment. Let me, I can see some of them though. Let me see about getting this camera a little bit closer, a little bit better. We can try and find them. So bear with me a second here. It's gonna get bumpy.
Jeff Pelham's Aquatic said, 38 watching and 17 thumbs up. Please smash the like button.
Jeff, looking out. Alright, let's see what we got there. That might be, I see at least 2 of them right there. I'm not entirely sure there's 2. There's definitely 1. Let me see what you guys are seeing. Let me go to the camera here. See if I can mess with this. Oh. Alright. Yeah, we're definitely out of focus. Alright, hang on here. This is that camera. Whoops. Okay. I'm not broadcasting in 4K, so I find that it really chews the bandwidth up. Zoom in a little. Alright, now let's focus. Too much. Okay. That's pretty good. Oh yeah, actually I saw him moving, so I'm breathing. Let's leave that go for now. The water is kind of or the glass has got needs to be cleaned a little bit there. So we're gonna do that too. I just got these brand new, I talked about these last week. These plastic razor blades. They work good for like stuff that's like, you know, a green spot was definitely a process, but this it works pretty good for. And they don't rust, which is what I wanted. Get tired of using a razor blade once and then it's a rusty mess. Alright. That should have made it a little bit better to see, even though I stirred up junk. Let me get my pokey. I don't know about scaring one, but did he already take off? He took off, didn't he? I already spooked him. You guys saw him take off, but there's another one right there. See these little eyeballs? One there, one there.
Atkins Nature Aquarium said good morning, Jason.
Good morning. The other one was over here, but he moved. Oh no, there he is.
Peplin Creek Aquatics said stainless
Found 'em.
steel razor blades are really nice.
Boom. Yep, they're doing good in here, man. Stainless steel? Yeah, I should try them too. I don't know, I just bought like the pack of razor blades, you know, like the utility blades. Alright, let's see where we're at. Alright, that's good, that's good, that's good. I don't want to spook him too much, so let's go back to unzooming. Autofocusing. I need to move the camera back just a hair. But flounders are doing good. I still have a little bit of a cyanobacteria problem in this tank, but it's actually gotten a lot better since I added those plants. And those plants are actually macroalgae from saltwater tank. I don't know what they are. I got them. They're growing in my saltwater tank. I got them from the local Petco. I went there. They had all these like, I'm like, oh yeah, what is this plant? This is cool. I'd like to get some of this. She's like, oh yeah, it was one of the guys that worked there. Had a saltwater tank that had all that algae, the macroalgae in it. And he's like, just give it to anybody who wants it. So well, I was like, I want it. So they gave it to me. Now it's taking over my saltwater tank, which I think is kind of cool. I like that look. In case everybody's, let's take a look at it. This is what I'm talking about. That's the macroalgae. I don't know what it is, but it's definitely growing. Oh yeah.
Atkins Nature Aquarium said call up a prolifera.
Cool. I'll never remember that, but thanks. I might remember that someday. What's it called? I gotta look this up. Hold on. Let me see the chat. Ba-ba-bum! Calupera Calurpa Plorifera. Calura Plorifera. Whoops. Discard that. Oh, I heard the KGE thing. Alright. As you can see, what is it, 2 weeks ago? We did the slime out thing to get rid of this cyanobacteria, and I said, it definitely helped, but I don't think I knocked it out. As you can see, it's starting to come back. So I'm thinking we're going to nuke the tank again, one more time, and hopefully finally knock that out.
Sideshow Cody V said calamar.
What's up, Sideshow Cody V? And you say what? Hold on. How come my chat stopped working? What happened? Whoops. There we go. Kalama! Want to know how I got rid of cyanobacteria? I do want to know. How did you? I know it's yeah. Half my problem is I feed too much, or the food I'm feeding is definitely high in whatever nutrients. So I really got to start staying up on water changes. And yeah. There still is no carbon in here because I haven't put it back since the last time, so. But I'm going to dose it right now.
Jeff Pelham's Aquatics said I think it's potassium.
Potassium. You think that's a problem? Everybody always says phosphates, but yeah, it could be potassium, I guess. I don't know. Potassium is a macronutrient.
Window Liquor number 5 said is the filter on?
Filter is on. I don't know if you can see it. You mean a skimmer? Both of them are on. Speaking of that protein skim, we're gonna empty it. See how it's looking. Make sure it's still chooching. There was a point
Lady
there where it
Rorschach
got a
said.
little weird. Hey, Lady R. Lady Rorschach said. That's all she said. See, I told you I need to get a new one of these. This isn't working. This thing is overflowing. And then, come on now, what is up with that? It's weird.
Big Steve's Glassbox Creations said, "What up, y'all?"
What
Hand
up, Big
waving.
Steve? I got a faulty sensor, man. Like, it works if I put my fingers on it, but when I put it in the water, it don't work. Robbed. We'll see how that one works. Alright. There's one of the RO jugs filled up. Alright, I put both of those in there. Let's close this lid. We're gonna let that, I should probably throw that air stone back in there. Remember what I had last time? Is it right here? It is right here. It's easy enough to set up. Here, let me back up so you can see.
Lady Rorschach said, "Great to be here. I have missed joining the Easy Sunday streams."
Yeah, what's
Heart.
going on? Thanks for being here. Alright. This is that Aquarium Co-op battery operated doohickey that has the power saver mode. I kind of like that mode for this, which it goes, it's intermittent. It's like on for 10 seconds, off for 30. Oh, I forgot to mention this. Did I mention this? My anemone. Last time I had this air stone in here, I was like, when I opened the lid and stuff, apparently this got out of place and got too close, like it was like right next to the anemone. And the
Atkins
anemone did
Nature
not like
Aquarium
it.
said, "I stopped doing water changes and left the tank alone. It eventually died out.
Yeah.
Worked for me, might work for you."
Yeah. Well, I think my problem is I hadn't been doing water changes, and this is when I got out of control. Maybe it just needs to work its way through. I don't know. I think I needed to get a top of it, like chemical warfare wise. That's why I'm doing this. But yeah, I can see where you're coming from. Anyway, this airstone got too close to that anemone, and he didn't like it, so he walked. He moved to the other side of that rock. Came down the one there. I'm like, whoa. It's like, I'm out. Enough of this. All right, we got meds in the water.
Jeff Pelham's Aquatics said, "A nice guy like you should NT have an enemy lol bad joke."
What? I gotta read that. A nice guy like you shouldn't have an enemy. Oh, I see. Aha. I get it. Okay. Back to this. Let's go back to this. We're gonna do a water change on the one on the left. Ideally, I should probably do it on both, but I don't think I have enough. Well, I got 2 gallons, and this is like 2.5.
Big Steve's Glassbox Creations said she don't read good.
She reads all right. All right.
Mel Wall said, "Good morning all."
Mel, you made it. Good morning. All I smell is vinegar down here. All right, let me get my trusty bucket. Let me get my phone so I can see what you guys are saying. Keep an eye on you people. Oh. All right. Let's get this going.
Lady Rorschach said, "I admire you all who have the finesse and skill to keep saltwater tanks."
Oof.
Heart, any advice for an aspiring saltwater keeper on how to start out?
Yeah. I just went into it. I said, you know what? I'm gonna try this. Be smart. Like maybe we'll look into like a fishless cycle or something like that, because saltwater is not cheap, and you don't want to be killing things down there. Even like the cheapest fish in there is like $20. The saltwater. You know what I mean? Yeah. My biggest advice would be just take it easy. Treat it like a freshwater tank. I mean, there's really no difference, honestly. I mean, I know the saltwater community likes to have all their gadgets and their yada this and yada that to whatever. I mean, everything helps. Makes it easier, I guess. I don't know. But it also costs money. I literally had to hang on back on my saltwater tank for 3 years. Right? The only reason I changed it is because I changed how the lid was, and I started getting salt spray all over the lid, and it was driving me nuts. Otherwise, I probably still would have had a Hangout back. I did some things to make, like, try and help that too. Like I put that silicone bead around the lip of the tank. That really kept the salt creep down. Speaking of that, that's another thing I got to do. I got to write this down because this is like on the list of things to do in this fish room. Let me talk about this in a sec. I'm just almost done draining this tank. Yeah, that's good enough.
Lady Rorschach said thanks so much for the feedback, everyone.
Yeah.
Heart much obliged.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I did. And then, you know, I eventually got that protein skimmer. Speaking of that, I forgot to empty that. And I got this protein skimmer at a swap for $30, $20, something really cheap. Whoops, I didn't mean to pull that off. It was brand new, unused, in the box. That's how much gunk is in that one. We dumped that. That's the protein skimmer. Yeah, it's the one that sits inside the tank. I mean, stuff like that helps keep the water clean, you know, because, I mean, basically that's pulling out junk that I didn't have to. Right? That stuff was in the water column somewhere. So, you know, you can buy gadgets to make things easier, but you can also not have to spend a lot of money. You don't need a protein skimmer, especially if you stay up on the water changes, I guess. I only had that for a couple months now. It's a pretty relatively new addition. Anyway, salt creep. Let's go back over here. This tank, I had put the gasket on, right? And I get, for my custom lids here, I get like no salt creep on this tank, other than on the actual thing here, which is easy to clean. This tank has no gasket. Well, look at this crap. And I really haven't even had this set up all that long. I gotta do something about this. This is out of control. This is disgusting. That's a problem. So, I'm gonna write that down. Silicone gasket for brackish tank. Let me get on that. Hold on, let me get over here. Dump this one. I gotta wait a second. I dumped that water. Let me get in my trusty book of things to do. Silicone gasket for 10G brackish. BAP. Okay. I gotta write stuff down. I'm gonna write things down. I'm a mess. The biggest thing that helped me was auto top off. Maintaining solidity was what I struggled with in the beginning. Interesting. Okay. I haven't really had too many problems with salinity because what I usually try to stay at least do a weekly water change, and I try to do at least a 30%, 40% water change. There's probably everything wrong about that, but I don't know. It works for me. Fish don't seem to mind. So doing those waters, like the big volume water changes, kind of stabilizes. The cat looked like he had an attitude. The cat looks like he's fed up with your stuff, man. Auto top off is like a cheat code. Yeah, I should get one of those. They're relatively cheap these days, right? Anyway, like I said, you can add more equipment. You can keep it simple. All right. Let's add some water back in here. So that brackish, let me, where's that towel? I'm gonna clean off that salt creep on the side there. It's like out of control. Yeah. So maybe next week I gotta make sure I get some silicone. And maybe we'll take care of that lid problem. Cause like there's salt everywhere, man. This tank is like the worst salt creep. In the back is like And you got to be careful with salt around electrical equipment too, because salt is a pretty good conductor, right? And that salt creep gets everywhere. It acts like a liquid. You know what I mean? So it fills in the gaps. Man, that's a lot. There's a rough and dirty kind of clean in there. All right. Good enough. Let's get the salt off of me. Salt. That filled up yet? No, almost. This other jug's almost done. Let's get a clean towel here. That one can go in the wash. This is gonna fill up in like 2 minutes, alright? I don't know if the alarm's gonna go off though. But in those 2 minutes, we can fill this up. I gotta go around this side. I have this big old jug. It was an old cat litter bottle thingy. I fill it with, like I keep my salt water pre-mixed in a trash can, Rubbermaid container. Well, it's a Rubbermaid trash can is what it is. Let's not pretend. Try not to stir up the sand too much. Be easier if I just did it. Oh! Hold on you. There we go. Ta-da! Boom. That's my spawning mop in there. Other than that, I'm calling that done. I gotta refill the brackish container, but it's clean. Cool. I could do the other one, I guess. I also have the fry hatching container, but nothing has hatched yet that I have seen. I have still got to work out a method of feeding, probably more than I am. I'm still only doing it twice a day. I did buy one of those auto feeders. I wanted to test it out, but it didn't show up in time, so I've got to wait. This is what I feed every once in a while in this tank, this brackish tank. Occasionally I do those Tube Effects dried ones for the... It worked! It worked! Hold on! It's not totally useless. Alright. RO jugs are full.
Window licker number 5 said, "Where is Patty this morning crying?"
I don't know. I haven't seen Patty in days. Patty's mad at us, I guess. Me. I don't know why. But, you know, I can only do what I can do. Look at this. I'm checking out this vinegar water. It has broken off a lot of these. I can see them floating. Little snails. You could see this too. Here. Let me get the other camera. Ouch! Let me get my little changey thingy. And we will go here. Alright. This is the vinegar solution. And what do you call it? Let's move that so I don't push a button. But yeah, you can see that some of the snails are floating now. This is what a vermeted snail Mmm. That'll make a good soup. Mmm. Alright. Moving on. Let's see. Let's check my list here. Chemical warfare in the salt tank? Check. Hanging back filter? Check. Silicone gasket? Nope. We didn't get there. Nope. Didn't do that yet. Nope. Didn't do that yet. Okay. Okay. What am I doing? Let's do this. So I'm already behind on a lot of things. We gotta get caught up. Apparently I have neglected this tank for a long time. This is one of my fry hatching tanks. It's my Furcata tank? Can't remember what I put on there. Yep, Furcatas. There is at least one fry in there. And a bunch of shrimp. But like, you know, I haven't done just the water has evaporated to the point. Oh, you can't even see what we're looking at. There we go. Can you? Need to go down a little more. Good. Let's get a little more. I haven't done a water change on this tank and it's just been evaporating ever since. So, I guess I'll just top it off. I was thinking about using RO, but I think that's kind of too much of a waste at the moment. I should get a light for this tank too. Do I have a light? No. I do not have a light. Well, I'm going to do whatever. I'm going to top it off. I'm going to top off the other one too. This one. Maybe I should top them off with RO. At least this one. The one above it is the Ivan Stoffies. I still have not gotten it. I've seen fry, but they've never lived. And I think that was part of my problem is like I haven't been doing enough. I'm not feeding enough is what I think. Even though there's shrimp in here, there's plants in here. I don't know if there's, because shrimp will eat everything, so. Unless the shrimp are eating the fry, but I highly doubt that. Not saying shrimp wouldn't eat fry. I don't know. But I was talking to Richard. That's who I got them from. Richard Reynolds. I believe he's still here. And he hatches his out in like pretty much very soft water, if I remember correctly. Like you think he keeps his colony he keeps in relatively not too soft, but it's on this. It's definitely not as hard as my water. Let's put it that way. I'm trying to remember exactly. I think he was like in the 240s or something like 200s. Could be wrong about this, and hatches them out in like half that. He's still here. He can correct me. I'm talking about TDS here.
Jeff Pelham's Aquatics said, will Neocaridina eat killifish eggs?
I don't know. I have not seen them eat any eggs, honestly. I've seen shrimp, like, clean eggs. I actually have video of that somewhere in my... Like, they just kind of, like, you know, pick all the stuff that's on the egg as opposed to... I'm not sure how small, but, I mean, Sudo and Mughal eggs are pretty freaking small, so I can't even, you know... I'm sure there's smaller eggs. I just don't know. Alright, let's get this RO water going here. Just gonna dump this in. I do want to keep this kind of on the softer side. I think that's part of the problem with some of these eggs hatching, is that my water is too hard, and the eggs are, the shells just get too hard. Prevents them from hatching, you know?
Richard Reynolds said, I hatch mine in pure RO water.
Pure RO. Look at that. Wow. Alright, I gotta look at that. I'm gonna cut mine. I gotta fill up this jug again. Should have just used the...
Lady Rorschach said, have you had good luck keeping pseudo-moogles with Neos?
Neocaridinius? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, no questions, yeah. I have a whole colony of... Do I? No. Yes. Well, no. Those are Celebes rainbows that are in with the... There's a couple fry in with the Gertrudes, or the Gertrude fries. They're in it with the colony. They seem to do alright. Everything in here has shrimp in it, well, except for the brackish. And there's definitely some fry that hatch. So Richard hatches his in pure RO, huh? Well, I don't think the Caradinas are like that. I would have to set up a different tank for that. Alright, put 2 gallons of RO water in there. Let's see what the TDS is at. It's probably still through the roof. Ooh, I like my trusty TDS meter. I actually like this meter a lot. This is a good one. I might need to do some water changes. I don't even want to tell you what this number's reading right now. Let me double check this. Let's make sure we're good. We're good? We're good? Alright, we're definitely going to have to start doing water changes. 693. $697, $687, $680, $666. What is this one? $969. This might be part of the reason why I'm not getting good hatch rates, people. I got way too many TDSs. Interesting. It's good to know. I should definitely soften this. There's one fry in here. I have not seen any fry in here. There's a ton of shrimp. Even shrimp babies. You can see them. There's cherry shrimps in this one and this one. Maybe I got them from Maria Z. Yeah. So that seems awful high on the TDS side, huh? You're gonna have to work on that. Never seen a TDS that high. Wow. Yeah. B-Wood. What's going on? Let me see what my other tanks are at. Holy cow. Let's look at this tank. And my 55 here with my cichlids in it is at 415. That's probably about normal for my water. I believe my tap comes out at like 420, 430. Or it used to anyway. This one's 420. 420, yo. What about this one? 370. That's not too bad. This one, 460. That's not even high. How about this one? Or I actually have the colony in. 490, 512, 512. I'm gonna have to start softening up some tanks here. 320. That one's not too bad. Yeah, that filter's not working. This one's 500, 512.
Window Licker number 5 said, Jason, how's the rainbow shark?
He's good, man. He's doing real good. Let's see. He's right out. Here, I'll get a camera on him for a sec. Turn off this. Alright, we gotta think about what we're gonna do about this. I guess I gotta soften this up, so I gotta do some water changes. Get that RO moving. Whoops. We're still too high. He's there, but It might be hard to see. He'll come out. I think he's just freaked out because I'm looking at him. What camera is that? That one. Boom. Cut it with RO. Yep. For 20T. I have an RODI filter. Yeah, that's what I have chooching right now. It's a 150 gallon per day unit. I'm filling. I keep a 40 gallon trash can filled with RO water. I keep 3 gallons or 4 gallons of like milk jugs filled with RO water. That's what I'm using right now. Yeah, I got the dual membrane one. You know it.
That's lovely, that is.
Oh yeah, you like that BBA, don't you? That's another tank that needs a water change. This one. All right. It's time to move some water out of the tanks. You know what? Maybe we have to shut this RO off and get the ball rolling here. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna need this RO.
Lady Rorschach said, any advice to encourage breeding in turquoise rainbow fish?
Yes. They're basically like, are they Melanitania? I don't remember what species they are, but feed very well. Live foods or frozen seems to be pretty good. That usually sparks a lot more. Like I notice when I feed a lot more frozen foods or live foods, the egg production gets a lot better. Spawning mop, obviously. You want to make sure. Like some of my problem is I got like a bunch of plants that are floating in some of these tanks too, so I guarantee you they're spawning on them and not the mops. So if you want to centralize the eggs, make sure you only have like a mop in there. That's like on the where they would go to. Yeah. Keep the water clean, I guess. That's really it. I notice that sometimes a lot of times things get cyclical with them, like they'll spawn like a whole lot for a week, 2 weeks, and then they're off for a week, 2 weeks. Try and work with that. I don't know. I'm still kind of feeling that out. Why is this floor wet? Did I spill water? I'm hoping it's because I spilled water. Okay. It's got to be because I spilled
Window
water.
Liquor number 5 said glow shark till NA here in Canada. Bummer.
Glow sharks are what? In Canada? Not available? Still not available here. Oh yeah? Is it because I guess because of the genetic modified thing? I'm gonna get some coffee. I'll be right back. Alright, sorry about that. The coffee's life. Set that down. Still trying to wind down from work, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, that sucks, man. But glad you're here, winding down. Hopefully I'll put you to sleep. I'll lull you to bed. Alright, what am I doing? Water changes, but I want to fill this jug up real quick. It's almost full. No, it's not. No, it's not. Who am I kidding? Alright.
Vibes Aquatics said GM Yal hot beverage
Here we
smiling
go.
face with
Here
open
we go.
hands green heart 27 degrees here cold face ice snowflake Yal need to come and take the cold weather back. We're done with it now cold face ice snowflake.
Yes, well, this is happening. Yeah, it's cold here too, man. It's 29 degrees this morning. So I don't know where you want me to take it, because I already have it. I was trying to give it away, it didn't work. Yes. Brisk is the word.
Jeff Pelham's Aquatics said hello Eddie.
Eddie. Alright, we're just gonna bullshit for like, I don't know, 5 minutes here until this jug fills up. And then when this jug fills up, we'll start doing water changes because, you know, I want to let it fill because I need to, it's in the sink, and if I start, I risk contaminating it. So I don't want to do that. Yeah, I don't want to do that. For this tank, I mean, the plants are doing okay.
Alishan AS said going to the mid to low teens this week.
Yeah, that sucks, man. But this, what is this, Frogbit? I got this from John McKenzie, man. It was doing real great in this tank, and then all of a sudden it just started dying back. I don't know if it's because the Blackbeard's sucking up all the nutrients. Stupid Blackbeard. Die. This is like an endless battle. I did lose one of my 397s. I feel bad about that. Found him dead.
Sideshow,
week
Cody
ago.
V said -8 here. Weather app says feels like -25 inches. I'm not going outside and you shouldn't either.
Yeah, I don't blame you, dude. I don't plan on going outside very much today, I'll tell you that. Yeah, well, while we're waiting for that jug to fill up, this would be a good time to start pulling some Blackbeard, right? I'm gonna tackle the captain. Where's my little trusty Blackbeard algae bin? Here we go.
Jenny Lynn said 19 degrees here with 40
Woo.
to 50 miles per hour winds, cold face.
Oh yeah, we're supposed to get winds.
Jeff Pelham's Aquatics said I can't keep frogbit alive. Too bad it's not like duckweed.
Yeah, I agree with that. But I mean, it's been a while now since I've had this, but yeah, it seems like it sucked all the nutrients out that it was sucking out, and that's when it went rampant. And now it's
That's
kind of
lovely, that is.
Oh my God, look at this. Yeah, that is lovely, ain't it? Look at this. It's wads. Wads of Blackbeard. We were going to try and keep this tank uncontaminated at one point, remember? You guys said no. Let it go. Said there's no
Alishan
point
AS said
fighting the
BBA
wind.
giveaway.
Yeah, free BBA, people. Sandwich baggies full. Who could resist that? Look at all this. I mean, this is kind of stuff I really got to keep up on. Because this is all just like set. I don't know if you can see what I'm looking at. Probably not. But this stuff just like settles in the tank. It's just like, it's not even attached to anything. It's just like laying on the ground. Loose BBA. Ooh. The jug's full. Hang on. Alright. Well, I'm still over here pulling out. Let's pull out some more BBA. Alright. I don't know if you guys can see this, but if you can see, hang on, I gotta move this somewhere better than where I have it. Right. Over here. See where my hand is? There's just like Blackbeard just laying on the ground. Just hanging out, doing nothing. Just laying here at the base of these plants. I don't even think it's attached to anything.
Jenny Lynn said Bruiser said look at that pretty rock. The Blackbeard is taking it over Sleepy.
I know.
Sideshow, Cody V said is there a correlation between BBA and dragonwood and flow? That seems to be the only place I've ever had it.
Dragonwood, interesting. This tank does. This is what do you call it? Mopani. I do have a tank with dragonwood in it, but I don't think that has Blackbeard yet. Don't worry, give it time. I have no doubt it's gonna happen. I need to address these sponge filters too. Actually, there are no sponge filters in this tank. That's right. That's the other thing in this tank. Forgot about that. This tank only has an under gravel filter, which is interesting. I didn't think about this for a minute. It's Blackbeard, man. The old captain who lives in this room. Me and him were buddies. He whispers sweet nothings in my ear every night. Good job, Jason. Keep the Blackbeard coming. I'll most likely kill you in the morning. Alright. I think we're going to let this go. Stirred up quite a bit. Alright, let's address this. It's a little too much air. It's a little bit better.
Jeff Pelham's Aquatics said hello, Belinda.
Hello, Belinda. What's going on? Just living the dream here, man. There should be... There's actually no... Oh, there is. It's very little air coming out of this one. Up the air to intakeage. While I grab most of this Blackbeard out. This is kind of, I don't know, satisfying in a way, though. I don't know how to describe it. It comes off in like these nice little tufts sometimes. It's actually satisfying to pull them off. This. Whoop. Most of this stuff we're going to have to suck up. And that's a pain because it clogs the stupid thing up all the time. Alright, let's check on this air stone over here. It's all gunked up. That's the one thing I do like about these never clog air stones is they're really easy to get back. You know, they do slow down or stop, but you can always adjust them back to working condition. That one's flowing. There's a total of 3 of them in here. There's one over here too in the back. Ow, ow. I can't get my arm in there. Ow. All right, stop, chill out, fish. I'm not trying to kill you. I can't get this off. There we go. They don't want to come out.
Jeff Pelham's Aquatics said I wonder if a Siamese algae eater would control the BBA.
That's interesting. The Siamese ones are the... I always forget what the difference between Siamese and Chinese are. One of them is the one you don't want. Right? I guess the Chinese one. Alright. That's pretty good there, I think. We got all the air stones working again. Let's move this to the back. Let's clean this algae off this piece of wood. Yeah, I don't know, man. Maybe. The other thing is, like, you know, are they going to eat the algae over the food I feed every day? I think that's part of the problem with half those fish. I'm sure they'll eat it if there's nothing else to eat. You know what I mean? But there's usually always something else to eat. Pulled this plant out by accident. I don't even know what that is. What is this? Is this Forsage? Might be. It kind of looks like it. Stuff that back in there. Alright, we're almost done with this algae here. I mean, I could sit here all day and do this. This is a mess. Do we need to clean the glass? Probably give it a good once down real quick, and then we do the water change, huh? Yeah. All right, whatever. Enough. Enough. Oh, you're not even seeing what I'm seeing. Look at this. That's the Blackbeard. So gross. A couple snails in there. You can stay. Dead shells. Empty shell.
Whips World said, hiya beautiful people.
Hey,
Let's
Whip.
get tanked.
Let's get tanked. Send you some Blackbeard, buddy. You need it. Everybody needs a little Blackbeard in their life. Here's another snail. Saving the
Vibes
Malaysians.
Aquatics said, suakiing in hot shower for a long time, clapping hands, light skin tone, clapping hands, light skin tone, party popper, maybe I thaw out now, yuck, tongue out, rolling on the floor, laughing. Jeff Pelham's Aquatics said, hello, Whip.
Hello, Whip. Okay. Uh-oh. Drop the TDS meter. Okay, where are we at here? We need to do a water change on this. We're going to do some water changes on those fry tanks.
Elaine said, if you took all the fish and plants out and added salt, would that kill the BBA?
That's a good question. Probably. A lot of plants don't transition to salt or brackish very easily unless they're, you know, that kind of plant. I would say it would probably kill it. It would also kill anything that was like a freshwater, like any bacteria that was in there. I think the tank would basically just go into like a reset mode. Holy. All right. This tank has a bunch of daisy race fish in it. Yeah.
Richard Reynolds said, I use my Siamese algae eaters for black.
Interesting. I gotta think about this. Was that that was this? The rainbow fish went in the Pleco cave. Speaking of which, I haven't seen
Window
the
Liquor
Plecos
number
in a
5
while.
said, Jason, have you had or tried Florida flagfish?
No. But my problem is Florida flagfish tend to be pretty damn aggressive, from what I understand. So they're not very compatible with a whole lot of fish. You know? So, you know, it's like keeping a sunfish. Like, yeah, sure, it might eat all the algae, but it's going to eat everything else in the tank too. It's going to harass the rainbows, to harass whatever. I don't know. That's just my feeling on it. I've never kept the Florida flagfish. They're alright. They look alright. I mean, it's, you know.
Lady Rorschach said, any plans on reviving Saturday morning cartoons this year? If so, I would love to be a part of it.
Yeah, I don't
Heart.
know. I don't know. I haven't heard from Shanna in a long, long time. So, I know Terry was talking about starting that up, something on Saturdays again. But I don't know. You know, the consistency thing, I guess, is what you want. But I don't know. I don't have any plans for it. I haven't talked to anybody about it. I'm kind of enjoying my Saturdays again. Like the one weekend. It was kind of a lot streaming Saturday and Sunday. So basically I'd work all week and then have work on Friday and Saturday morning and Sunday morning. Even though it's not work, it still requires like, you know, commitment, prep, especially Saturday morning cartoons. That took a lot of prep on my part. So that was a lot of work. I mean, I miss it, but I don't. If that makes any sense. I do miss it, but I don't. I don't know how to describe that. But yeah, I don't know. It was a good time. It was fun. I don't know. I'll keep that in. I'm open to ideas. Let's put it that way. But I'm not making any promises. Alright, this second jug is almost done filling, so I'm just going to let it finish, and then we're going to do water changes. So let me start setting up for that. Let's get this hooked up. Let's get this hose out the way over there. We will start.
Aquarium Delirium said, hello Jeff Peelam, tears of joy.
What's going on? We're going to move this back so we can see what's going on. There we go. Here's my trusty python with my little adapter to keep sucking up fish. I'm probably going to take that adapter off because I want to suck up some blackbeard.
Lady Rorschach said lol, totally understandable, Jason. My Saturday mornings are getting busy volunteering at my local humane society, but I just feel nostalgic for those fun mornings.
Yeah, they were
Slightly
fun.
smiling face.
Yeah, I guess, you know, enjoy them while they lasted, I guess. Go back and watch the replays. They're still on her channel, I think.
Window Licker number 5 said I'm flipping tables, damn it, wow.
Damn it.
PNW Aqua said hash Saturday morning cartoons.
SMC. Yeah, that was a time. Alright. Do the water change in this. Might as well do some on this. This is my daisy, well they're not daisy, Medaka rice fish are in there. They're fry grown out. Well, they're probably juveniles now. Let me take care of this. Alright, that was the last RO jug. Let's get that out the way. We're now filled up with our jugs. That's now stopped. Turn that on. Let's go over here. Let's go over here. Let me find my phone. What was that? My ears. It was an alarm. So let me know it was time. Let's start sucking up some junk. Look at this. Look at this junk. I do think I'm going to put some ferts in this tank though, just to make sure that the frog bit is not being like starved out by this blackbeard or whatever else is sucking up all the nutrients. Cow, man, that really, I can hear the water struggling on the other end. Let me go take care of that. Just sucked up a bunch of algae and mulm. This loves the clog.
Jeff Pelham's Aquatic said yes, Mel.
Yes, Mel. What did Mel say? If I look, hold on. Alright. Got that cleaned out. Oh, I love Jason's BB so much I started a BBA tank of my own. Right on! Was it a water fill alarm? Yes, it was. Yes, it was. It was like a liquid level sensor. Liquid level sensor. Basically, it's for blind people to be able to fill their hot tea mugs or coffee mugs without burning their fingers, without, you know, sticking a finger in to test it. But it works good for me. That way I can walk across the room and not have to worry about, like, you know, the RO jug going for like 3 hours going, oh crap, I forgot about it. Just wasting RO down the sink, you know. Which I've done that plenty. This mulm, Jesus. It's probably half the reason I have this blackbeard. Probably should get like an air, what do you call it? Oh shit. Whoops. Hopefully you guys are still connected. Find out in a sec here, hang on. Bear with. Apparently I got sneeze. Hold on.
Aquarium Delirium said I'm going to invest in one great idea.
Those liquid line, yeah, they're pretty good. That one I have is like, I don't know. I think I got it. I think I screwed the electronics up because I got it wet. But
Jeff Pelham's Aquatic
it
said
works.
we are here.
We're here, cool. Yeah, I didn't break the camera, luckily.
Whips World said no, it's for the hearing people of the world using headphones to go deaf, yell out an alarm, wake up their wife, and get punched in the face is what it's for.
Well, in that
Richard Reynolds
case,
said
let
whoops.
me help you out. Oh, yeah. Clear that. So much blackbird. Oh. Alright, we're doing a big water change here, I guess. Let me see if I can get some more of this mulm from back there. And then I think we're going to call it on this. It's like all around this heater. And under. Alright. Once that gets up there. Oh, I felt the water just stop. It surged. Everything stopped. I could feel it blocking up. It's like a hydraulic hammer. Alright. This sink is clogging up a blackbeard. Trying to get down the drain, but it ain't. Oh my god. Alright, hold on. We're almost done here with this. Alright, that's good.
Window Liquor number 5 said Jason, after the water change can we check out the cave tank?
Sure.
Richard Reynolds said an auto
Sure.
water change system would help you immensely.
Oh my god, you have no idea. I keep thinking about that too. It would be a good idea. Alright, I'm gonna start a little bit of a water change in this tank. Not gonna go crazy with these guys. These are the Miyuki Madakas. Grown out in this tank for a little while. They seem to be doing pretty well. Fat and sassy. This one had a big blackbeard algae problem too, but it since has gotten better. Well, it hasn't gone entirely away, but it has gotten better. So knock on wood on that. I did tone the light down quite a bit too, so what is it at? 20%. Maybe that's part of the problem? I don't know. But we're working on this. One of these days I'm gonna figure this out, and then blackbeard is gonna vanish.
Window Liquor number 5 said LRB has vids on how he set up his water change system.
Yes, I gotta check that out. I have idea. Well, the problem is,
Aquarium Delirium said if you tip your waiter early with a like, the service is much better.
This is true. What am I gonna say? I was gonna say I would have to set up something kind of like, I remember Dean's Fishroom, Aquarium Co-op Dean. He had this thing where it would like all drain into a bucket, and then the bucket had like a sump system on it that would pump into the sink or down the drain, something like that. That's something I would have to do because there's no way I could get it to go straight down the drain, from all over this fish room. Oh, hang on, we're gonna do. Let me go over here. I think we're gonna do this. We're gonna lighten these up, I think. I like making sure pinch off the hose when I get it in the water, just because these fry tanks and shrimp tanks like to keep a close eye on the end, what's going in there, so I'm not sucking up little dudes. I can't believe those nutrients are this high in this tank. Or the TDS, I mean. You have to thin this down. I don't want to get too crazy either because I don't want to shock anybody. So probably do like a 20%, maybe enough 2 gallons or something. Fill it back up. It's fucking olive oil. I gotta stay up on it. That's the thing, you know. Same with this one. There is a frittata fry in there. I can see him. Whoops. Yo. Don't you get up there. All right. Cool. Same thing with this one. About 20%. And then, yeah, we'll take a look at the cave tank. I need to do a water change in that too, so I might as well just start that. That one I like to do gravity fed though. Oh, you can't see what I'm doing down here. There we go. We're in this tank. Gravity of the situation. I'm so behind on water changes. It really is a problem here. We're gonna fill these up with RO. All the other tanks I'm just gonna use tap. What else should we do while we're here? I'll just get a little bit more. This one struggles a little bit too because this is a lower tank, so it has to suck the water up as opposed to like the sink is probably
Richard Reynolds said,
this
Jason,
level.
any luck with the pseudo-Moogle event Sophie yet?
Nope, that's this tank right here. I was just talking about that earlier. That's where those are the ones that currently are at like 700, 800 TDS, whatever it was, which is way too high. I didn't realize it was getting that high. No, I haven't. And all the fry that I ever saw never grew up. So, not yet. But I'm going to try and keep trying. I've seen eggs. I've seen some fry, but I haven't seen fry living. Let's put it that way. That's why I think I'm not feeding enough. I also had the same problem with the Sanodorsalis. I'm probably just not feeding enough. I was feeding twice a day, basically, fry food. I think I need to up that at least to
My
3
fish
or 4.
tanks aquatic, said GM Jason and fishy folks.
Good morning. Thanks for being here. Oh, you know what? If we're going to do this, let's go over here. We're going to do this thing too, since we're right here. Pow. This is the Madakas.
Richard Reynolds said, Jason, I keep mine at about 150 TDS.
Alright, I gotta keep an eye on that. Yeah, mine are way too high. This is the one I did from the Keystone Clash. I can't really see my phone at the moment, so I was gonna go get it. Stay right there.
Jeff Pelham's Aquatics said, good morning, Johnny No Shoes.
Good morning, Johnny No Shoes. My fish tank. Alright, yeah, you can see a little bit what's going on here. Maybe a little higher. Yeah, this is the tank I escaped from the Keystone Clash. This is the one with the dragonwood, and the dragonwood is still leaching tannins like crazy. That's why this looks like a, hot mess, I guess. Tea stained. There are Habrosis? No, pygmies. Pygmy cories in here somewhere. Yeah, I see at least 2 of them over in that corner. I think there's 3 or 4 of them in here. I don't remember.
PNW Aqua said, floating Hellfairy seems to be doing very well.
It does seem to be doing really good. Actually, I think I need to start adding nutrients because I'm starting to see a lot of pinholes in these leaves. At least I think that is pinhole. It might be algae. Actually, it might just be dirt. Detritus. I don't know. This is an unheated tank too, so. But it stays pretty warm in this room. I had a problem with all the hair grass dying off, whatever this stuff is in the back here. It's kind of all just croaked. Lasted for a while, but then I don't know. It's like there was also dwarf hairgrass in here, which I knew wasn't gonna, that's like one of the hardest things to grow, I guess. All right, let's get that out of here. Let's it's probably deep enough on a water change, honestly. It's a little too much. Yeah, but the health rice seems to be doing all right. All right, while that's you guys are looking at that one, I'm gonna go over here. Oh my God, hang on, I'm all tangled up. Hose maintenance, people. You gotta treat your hose right, or she'll kink. All right. Did I put that back on there? I did. Okay, cool. Let me grab this camera. Let's move it over here. Hopefully you guys can see this. Maybe back that up a little. This is real tight for the tripod. Alright. Let me switch cameras. This would be number 1. Bam. Oof. This one I absolutely have to keep this thing on here. These blind cave tetras, you don't know how many times I try to swim with this. It's like, for not having eyes, they can find everything. It's kind of crazy. Alright, hang on. I want to keep the hose off the camera. Somewhere like this-ish. This-ish. Yeah, that's good enough. What you guys can see. Hang on, we're stuck. Let's get this out of the way. This is a tight space right here. Alright, that's better. I absolutely have to blow my nose. So bear with me a second. Ritesh, what's going on, man? Good morning. PNW Aqua. Good morning. Dwarf her ass. Yes, that's exactly how I feel about it. Dwarf her ass. Requires a lot of light. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I was going to turn off the siphon. Just let it gravity feed.
Jeff Pelham's Aquatics said don't be a Scrooge, Christmas is over. 47 watching and 33 thumbs up.
47 watching and 33 thumbs up. Yeah, we could fix that, right? We could fix that. We should fix that. I have faith in you. Alright, we're going to let that just gravity feed while I move. This. What time is it anyway? I feel like 10:30. Wow. We're doing alright. I don't think it liked the dots. Gonna be a Scrooge speak. Nice cave tank. Looking good. Thank you. Yeah, I don't think I like the dots either. Thanks, man. This tank was, I set this up a long time ago. It's starting to really kind of take on its own. Blackbeard's kind of petering out.
Window Liquor number 5 said nice, the cave tank looking good, thumbs up.
Thanks, man. Yeah, it's, I mean, it could be better, I guess. I should probably work more on those plants on the top level here. Stay up on the water changes. In this tank are blind cave tetras, red and blue Colombian tetras, and a bunch of Gara spilota. And that's it. Might have to clean one of the sponge filters. That is a process and a half. Yeah, we'll let that drain. And we'll start filling up some other tanks. Let me, where we go? Let's go back to this camera.
Vibes Aquatics said me going to church folded hands medium dark skin tone clapping hands light skin tone clapping hands light skin tone party popper thanks for the live stream bro folded hands medium dark skin tone red heart smiling face with open hands stay safe out y'all folded hands medium dark skin tone red heart smiling face with open hands by scissor green heart smiling face with open hands red heart hot beverage. Whips World said WTF is that because it's awesome.
Are you talking about the cave tank? Thanks, man. Or this tank. Either way. I'm going to put some birds in this tank just to make sure. What is this, 17 gallon? Do 2. Do 2.5. I didn't feel like that first squirt was enough. Let's fill this back up. I'm going to try and do this so I don't disturb too much of the hell fry. Yeah, the only thing in this tank is basically an a sponge filter and plants, fish. I should play musical fish with these Madakas because that's how
Whips
I got
World said cave tank.
all those babies. Cave tank, thanks, man. Yeah, I have a build video on my channel on that. I should actually promote that a little bit more on how I did it. I did like, man, that was a whole process. It was...
Fishyman64 said here comes the rain again falling on my head like a memory falling on my head like a new emotion musical notes good morning everyone.
Good morning, Fishyman. What's going on, dude? Yeah, I could talk about that in a sec here. You know what? You don't really need to see me fill up tanks, do you? We can talk about that. I'm going to move this here. You can at least see what I'm doing. And then I'm going to switch cameras. Alright. Let's start filling this. But, yes, let's go back to this. Alright, how I did this, basically, is, it was a piece of, backer board for tile, right? And, I threaded some stainless steel rods, threaded rods. I got a length of whatever, and I cut them into 3 sections. So if you see the column on the left and the right and the middle and the back there, that's actually the legs that hold up the whole thing. So it's like a tripod. I took those threaded steel rods, stainless steel rods, so they could be good underwater, and I covered them in Sculpey clay and made it look like stalagmite pillars, and I baked it. And then I took the backer board, and I used that pond safe foam stuff on it, like the good stuff, the great stuff, whatever it is, and I just kind of created like the valleys and ridges and all that stuff. And I also made some Sculpey stalagmites and stalactites and baked them. And then when they were done, when I put the foam in, I just stuck the stalactites into the foam so that they were like embedded, so the foam hardened around them. And then that was basically it. The biggest mistake I made is that foam wants to float like crazy.
Fishyman64 said Jazrin, I stopped listening to you 5 minutes ago.
I know you did. I'm surprised you didn't even get here 5 minutes ago. You weren't even listening then. Anyway, the biggest problem was that I used a lot of foam on the bottom of that cave to kind of get at that like cave ceiling look, and that made the whole thing want to float. So I had to like weigh that down with a ton of rocks, like on top, like the dragonstone. I didn't have enough to begin it, so I had to steal it from another tank. And this tank I stole it was nothing but covered in black-grade algae. So first thing in that tank was black-grade algae. You know what I forgot to do? I'm gonna do that real quick. Just put some ferts in this tank too with the rainbows. A couple squirts. So yeah, that's pretty much how I built that.
3G said don't forget the glowing butt plug.
I was gonna mention that there's like I bought like some crystals or whatever, and in the middle there is Hang on, it's real hard to see because there's a glare. But let me finish filling this tank. I'll go over there and see if I can figure it out. But in the middle was like this stalagmite that has like a quartz crystal sticking out of the top of it. But in that stalagmite is an actual underwater light, which has since burned out all but one color. It used to do all sorts of colors, but now it only does like orange or whatever. It's weird. But you can see it when the lights are off, like in the dark here. It kind of, I always forgot about it. And then I see it, I'm like, oh yeah.
Fishyman64 said Jigglypuff, 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 Jiggly.
Jigglypuff, 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 Jiggly. I still got to work on that thing for you there, Fishymon. I was thinking about it today, as a matter of fact. Alright, let's see if we can get close enough to see that thing. This, in the middle there, is a, it's just like crystals in it. It's really hard to see, even unless like the whole room is dark, it's really hard to see. But it does light up. It is lit up, let's put it that way. And every once in a while I add some dragonstone to the back there to kind of make that wall, but I think it's good enough. I kind of like that tank. It's just an awkward spot, really, honestly. But, you know, I didn't have to jam extra fish tanks in this room, I guess. I could have just left it alone. What do you want from me? And below that is my worm tank. Oh yeah, speaking of worms. Let's go down there a sec. Let's take a look at these worms. There's some in here. Oh! Look at all the stuff in here. Yo, this don't look good. One worm in there. This is the colony I was trying to start off again. There's my little spray bottle. I don't think there's enough moisture in this. There's a couple worms in there. I see them, but they're not. We need to add some moisture to this tank, or this container.
Salient Aquatics said, hey Jason, good morning, sir.
Good morning. What's going on, man? Ow! Alright. There's like no room here. This is Grindle worms. This one's struggling too. But it does have, I gotta feed them. That's part of the reason they're struggling is I forget to feed them half the time. I feed them bottom wafers. And occasionally, what do you call them? Algae wafers. These. Feed those to the, more like to the white worms, honestly. Oh! And I always like to kind of wet those.
Fishyman64 said the infamous 90 gallons.
The infamous 90 gallon, yep.
Master Aquatics just call me Eduardo said good
Swindled
Sunday morning,
somebody out of
ladies
that.
and gentlemen.
I swindled somebody out of that 90 gallon. Oh. Oh. Good morning, Eduardo. What's going on? Alright, now this is a colony that's doing good. The white worms. As you can see, there's quite a bit of them. I like to feed them. Whoops, that went totally the wrong way. Couple more. Why does it keep falling in that hole? Hang on, I don't have enough hands at the moment. I gotta set some stuff down. I gotta open this up. I find that the white worms like the algae wafers a little bit more. Typically. Let's get in here and touch some worms. Ew. And I really just like to get it wet. This one's kind of already a little on the edge of being too wet. Those guys doing good. I could feed these. I should. Should I feed these? If I feed them, I'm going to feed them to the flounders. Let me put the lid back on this real quick. Oh shit. Let me go get that lid real quick. Dude, this is so tight right here. Oh. Oh. Oh my god. Alright. That's a fuzzy on the stupid lid. There we go. And then these are grindleworms. This colony's doing These grindleworms have been struggling for me for a while. I just don't think I'm doing the colony very good. Let's put it that way. I don't think I'm feeding enough. Like I forget about it for like a week. I'm like, oh shit, I haven't fed them. And then it looks like they're gonna die. And it takes them like 2 months to bounce back. So I should probably feed them a little bit more. The other thing is, this tank has blackworms in it. I don't know if you can see when we're looking here. This tank is also...
TJ Autocross said, were we filling up a tank?
No. It's currently draining a tank. I stopped filling up when I came over here. Put some of that in there, feed the blackworms. I haven't checked on that blackworm colony in a while. I haven't fed from there either. So, let's hope they're doing alright. It's also low on water, so let me, let's do this. Oh my god. Ow. Add some water to that. Now, currently the only thing we're doing is draining that tank. Above it, the 90. Doing a water change on it, basically. But I'm going to add...
Fishyman64 said, Jazrin, I will give you $5 to lick your fingers.
No,
Master
thanks.
Aquatics, just call me Eduardo, said Richard, do something about this windy cold weather or else.
Alright. Let me add another cup of water in there. Keep it filled up. Oh, yeah. Alright, that's good enough. Should I feed the... Yeah, let's feed. Let me set up a camera for that. So we get nice little visuals of some fat and happy little flounders. Let's see them feeding. Oh, all right, let me set this camera up. Yeah, that might have been too high. Damn it. Let's go down a little bit more, a little bit more. Doesn't help that this floor is so uneven.
Master Aquatics, just call me Eduardo, said Jason. Your blind tetras have lived a long time.
Yeah, they have actually. When you think of it, they have lasted a little longer, a little while. Yeah, I've had them for a long time. That was one of the first things I did on this channel was build this tank. Alright. Which camera? That's that one. Okay. Let's go back here. Woo! Okay. I believe we should be looking at the brackish tank. Let me put the lid back on this because I don't need it. Is that what we're looking at? Are we looking at? We got good video here. Not too shabby. We could probably make that better. This is going to feed. We're going to make it. We're going to make this look good. We can do better. We can do better. Let's go back here. Configure. Let's zoom in. Whoops, that's the wrong camera. Looking at the wrong camera. This one. Properties. All right, there we go. There we go. Whoa, that's a little too much. And let's focus. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Fishyman64 said, how's the flounder?
Hopefully you're about to see him. I'm gonna feed him. What do I do with those worms? There they are. These are banana or white worms? White worms. White worms. Did I feed these guys? I didn't. Just take this whole thing, dip it in. Worms really don't like salt water. There's like one that won't come off. There you go. And hopefully we'll see the... I always like to rinse this in some fresh water because I don't want to put too much salt back in the worm colony. Start killing worms by adding salt inadvertently. Alright, let's back that up. Let's see, hopefully they come out. Oh, I already see one. It's right next to the worms. Right in front of that rock on the right is a flounder. You can see kind of the hump that he is. He's got his back to the worms.
Window Licker number 5 said, these guys are so freaky.
I love them, man. I think they're one of the coolest fish I have. Oh, keep an eye on this, see what happens. Oh yeah, there's a huge glare. Where's that coming from? Here. It's coming from here. Does this help? Does this help that glare? Stuff this in here for now. Hopefully that helps that glare. Whoa. That ain't gonna help anything. Yeah, I guarantee if I wasn't trying to do this, it would do it by itself. The fact that I'm like, oh, you want this to stay? No. Did that help? A little bit. Not much. Barely. I see a big white sheet now. Yeah, whatever. Whatever. I tried. Oops.
Whips World said, are there any Iowans in chat planning to go to the Quad City swap in a few hours?
The Iowans. Quad City. Ooh, look, there he's moving. He's moving. Oh, there's two of them moving. One on the left, too. See it? I should do something about that glare.
Window Licker number 5 said, yes, the universe is fiend with lol.
Did that do anything? I don't think it did anything for you guys. Yeah, it did. Okay, cool. Well, now this is probably making it worse because all I can see is white. Oh, this light's still on. That's why. Dumbass. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if this is making it better or worse. Honestly. Well, I saw all four of them yesterday.
Daniel Velez said, good morning.
Good morning, Daniel. What's going on? We might be good enough with the other tank too. Let me excuse me. I got the hiccups. Apply that. Okay. Apply that. Okay. Let's look at this. Where are we at with this water? Getting there. Almost down to the level. Usually let it get to where the cave is, the top. Try not to let it get under there because I don't want to get air bubbles under there. There's already a big pain in the ass with it floating. Excuse me. But yeah, alright, we'll give it a little bit. There goes a flounder on the left. Going for some worms. Even the cyanodorsalis are picking on the worms.
Andy Carson said, how big do those flounder get?
My understanding, they can get like in the wild, like the size of your hand. Most people they really settle in maybe around $half size. I guess adults. I don't know. I've only had them I have to look back when I bought them. It's probably been about a year now. It's getting close, if not. I found them at a local fish store. They had them on gravel, which is like the worst thing for those guys. They sell them as freshwater flounders. What I know about these guys is they are, in the aquarium hobby, there are usually two different main genuses of freshwater, what they call freshwater flounders. Some of them are native to North America. They're found off the coast of the East Coast, from basically like Massachusetts to Florida, and those are what they call hog chokers. I forget their scientific name, but that's not what these are. There's also another species that is like endemic to the Gulf of Mexico all the way down to like South America somewhere, and that's what these are. Is that species? It's like almost impossible to.
Barbara Jackson said, good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Barbara. From what I understand, it's almost impossible to get like a definite species name on these things without doing like genetic work, and a lot of that entails killing the fish. To absolutely know, because they're masters of disguise. They camouflage themselves with their surroundings. Like all of them do this, you know what I mean? So you can't go by color pattern because they change their pattern depending on the background. There's certain things, you know.
Richard Reynolds said, Jason, yes, we have them here in SW, Florida.
Nice. Yeah, you might actually get like on one side of Florida will be the one type. On the other side of Florida, like the East Coast, would be the other type. You could get hog chokers and you can get the other ones. I can't remember the scientific name. I had this all written down at one point. Maybe I still have it on this. Hang on. Excuse me. Yeah, look at this. Man, sometimes I scare myself with how prepared I am. Maybe not. I thought I clicked on this. Open. There we go. R.A. Caridae is the species, the genus. A. Caridae is derived from the ancient Greek, a meaning without, and keros means hands, or a reference to the lack of pelvic fins.
Richard Reynolds said, Eduardo, you have a text.
The eye-sided lower lip has a conspicuous.
TJ Autocross said, I believe it's Hogius choke ei lol.
Hogius choke. The lower lip has a conspicuous, variously fringed, fleshy rim, which disguises the species. Which distinguishes the species of this family from other flatfishes. Yeah, basically, and it also like determines factors like when they form. They're really interesting creatures, man. Honestly, I gotta get either more of them or whatever. But when they're born like normal fry, and they swim like normal fish. However, like somewhere in that state, when they're real little, one of their eyes migrates to the other side of the body, and depending on what side of the body, can tell you what side of species. Some flatfishes are left-sided, and some flatfishes are right-sided, meaning their eye moves to that side of the body, and then they start laying on the opposite side is there. One becomes the top and the other one becomes the bottom. Yeah. And I introduced these to the brackish probably it's been 3-4 months now, something like that. I did it on the stream. I don't remember the exact date. Look at that guy go. And these guys are like super fast. Like you'd be amazed how fast they can bury themselves in the sand with like just a boom, or like a flash and they're gone. And they're just buried. They look like Muppets. I love them. Here, let's maybe we can get a little closer. Let's see what we can do here. Can we zoom in? Not too bad.
Richard Reynolds said Jason sounds kinky.
Does sound kinky. Yeah. There's a total of 4 of them in this tank. I think I bought 5 originally, but one of them didn't make it. And I don't know why.
Andy Carson said those flounder are so interesting.
Yeah, they're definitely cool. And they get like
Window
fat.
Liquor
Look
number
at 'em
5
eating.
said Jason maybe that guy Mr. Manifesto can help you with a spotlight vid. Like
Yeah,
the
maybe.
Hydra one, I still think that could have been on Discovery, thumbs up.
Thank you. I actually I think I'm gonna change like that. The video, I actually like that video, but it doesn't really get a lot of views. And I think the thumbnail's what's screwing that video over, honestly. So I think I'm just gonna put a new thumbnail on it. See what happens. I just use some generic, like, need a better thumbnail. There comes one from the back. He's like, oh wait, there's food up here? And these guys are pretty good at eating.
Barbara Jackson said what are the schooling fish also?
The schooling fish are Cyanodorsalis, Pseudomugil cyanodorsalis, the blue back, blue eyes. Which to me are some of the most stunning blue eyes out there, honestly. They're like incredible. What the hell was I gonna say about the fish, the flatfish? I don't remember. Yeah, I don't remember. I was gonna say, yeah, they get like fat, like real fat. You can see like them like get basically like filling up, and see they eat themselves silly. Let's put it that way. I see 3 of them on the screen. I'm sure the 4th one is. Oh,
Whips World said I have never understood why there's a difference in size between aquarium fish and wild fish unless we're suggesting that we're stunting their growth.
Yeah,
Genetics are genetics.
Well, I remember reading some stuff about this back in the day too, and sometimes like I guess there's a lot of thought that the fish put out hormones in the water, and the fact that we don't have a constantly changing source of water is those hormones will kind of stunt their growth. I don't know. That's something I've heard. That's why they always say about stay up on water changes, do your water changes, do your water changes. It could also be the fact that there's so much nutrients available in the wild for them that they actually are like just getting better food, like all around. Like we always think that they can go forever, that they like food is scarce for them, which is probably true at
Sideshow
times.
Cody V said Yasen is that pool filter sand. Or
No.
something else?
It is not pool filter sand. It's actually I bought this specifically because it was meant for saltwater sand sifting fishes. It was like a Carib Sea thing. I can't remember what exactly it was. But it was basically designed for saltwater fish that like to bury themselves in the sand. So it's not coarse. It doesn't stir up, like, you know what I mean? It doesn't create clouds of sand in the water. Yeah, it was it really wasn't cheap either. I got like two 3 pound bags, something like that. I got 2 of the small bags and I used 1 in each tank. Yeah, the pool filter sand was alright, but it really wasn't cutting it for me. Actually, no, I put both bags in this tank. The other tank has the pool filter sand. Alright, let's back this up to autofocus. Now let's swap cameras here. We need to get that out. Hang on. Sorry, I had to blow my nose. And I'm gonna have to sneeze again. Sorry. Got a little chaotic there. Let's move you over there. Let me,
BNW Aqua said I had a tank with that sand and a bunch of horseface loaches. Very cool.
Nice. Nice. Yeah, I figured I'd at least test it out, see how it works. Actually, I'd like it. I like it a lot for them. So I probably might get more for the other tank. Well, it doesn't. The other tank doesn't have any. This is the only tank that has a flounder in it. I would like to get more flounders. Let's put it that way. Actually, it was Fishymon and I were talking about this last summer about going out and maybe collecting, because he lives on the in Jersey, which is not far from the ocean. Well, it's far, but he's closer to the ocean than I am. And there's a lot of streams. All right, from what I understand, they're doing research on hog chokers, which are like the native variety here, flatfishes. They lay their eggs. And they're the fry are born. The fry go. I think they lay their eggs up in the freshwater streams, right? Like the estuaries that. That's a big ass spider. What the hell? Daddy longlegger crawling around down here. Yeah, they swim up the freshwater streams and lay their eggs, and then their babies hatch in freshwater. And they spend, from what I understand, they can spend years in the freshwater streams. And then I guess when they get old enough, big enough, and it's time, they go down to the brackish, out into the ocean. Some of these I read that they just become ocean fish at some point. But they usually...
Eric Y. Rock said good morning, good morning.
Good morning,
It's fun
Eric.
to stay up late.
Yes,
good morning,
it is.
good morning to you and you and you.
But yeah, they spend most of their life in the... Excuse me. In the that brackish environment where the ocean, where the freshwater streams are dumping in the ocean, what they call it, estuaries, I guess. I don't know. And then when they're ready to breed, they lay their eggs in the freshwater river. The babies live in the freshwater river and grow up. Speculation is that there's more food available in freshwater streams, nutrients for the young, and then when they get big enough and want to breed, they go out into the estuaries and breed. And I think like the full-on adults just like, they go into the ocean. Some of them, people have talked about putting them in reef tanks. Should be kind of cool, actually. Never thought about that. I did put my Cyanodorsalis in the saltwater tank, which was would have been cool if they were like the only ones in there, but the problem was that the clownfish wanted nothing to do with them in the tank. They were very territorial, and the clownfish are like 7 times bigger than they were. So I think I put 3 of them in there. I lost one of them in that process. But then I moved them back out, so it was a live and learn thing. Sometimes you make a mistake. I should put some fertilizer in this tank. Some Easy Green. It's a 90-gallon tank, so it's a lot of squirts. Yo, Paulie! What's going on, Paul? How many people we got here? We got a lot of people here. We got 49 people is what I'm seeing. If you guys want to hit that like, that'd be awesome. Let me hit the like. I don't want to be a hypocrite here. Until you hit the like, I should hit the like. Right? Right. $52 people is what I'm seeing. Well, thanks, everyone. Thanks for being here. Red Laser, what's going on? FFL stats? I don't know what that is. We're going to fill that up. We are, what, after 11? It's definitely 11 something. It's not 11:30 yet because the lights haven't gone off. No, it's only 10 after. We're good. We're good. We got time. I'm not sure who's going this afternoon. I don't know if Kenny E usually does his members only stream Sundays. Here, I'm going to show you guys this guy. Picked this guy up at, where was it? It was the
Fisherman
last.
64 said, "Did I hear someone is going to squirt?"
I squirted already. You missed it. Here's my betta. What did I name him? Hieronymus. This tank could probably stand to be cleaned. Does your eye look weird? Just the color? Is it getting cloudy? It's kind of hard to tell. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was plucked. Because that pattern's pretty much almost all gone on that side, and I think the other side it's just barely hanging on. Yeah. That's so messed up that they did that. I don't think I will. I don't stand by that. It's one thing if they're genetic, they're born like with different genetics because they were engineered, but I mean, even that's like a slippery slope. It's not like the fish wanted to be like that though, so I can understand that. But however, this is like somebody actually took that fish and pulled its scales off to make that pattern. Or I don't know what they did to it. That's just wrong. So we're not going to do that to you. Had to get you out of that situation. I think when it makes it look like his eye is cloudy, he actually has like that silver scale like on his eyelid. Like on the top part of his eye. So it almost looks like his eye is white, but it's not. It's just a color thingy there. Hard to tell though. The other eye looks fine. Weird. May have to get the macro camera out and take some pictures and see if there is anything going on there. But I mean, like, come on. I mean, I guess it goes back to the whole painted fish thing. Remember that? Like, I'm sure that's still around. It never went away, right? I'm sure not a lot of
Barbara Jackson said,
people
"Have you
buy
ever
those
had blue
anymore.
kochu tetra? Got a dozen from Dan's Fish. The blue is so iridescent."
After the blue what tetra? I have to look at what you just wrote. Give me a second. All right, this is full. All right. Let me move this out the way. Knocking things over all over the place. Doesn't help I have like empty jugs laying all over the floor here. I gotta get rid of. I should just this. Oh yeah, and this can go down the
Window
drain.
Licker number 5 said, "Jason, how's the big dogs, the Bala Sharks?"
The Ballas, they're doing good. We can look at them. We can definitely look at them. Let me rinse this out real quick. I need to clean that. All right.
Paul Soltero said, "There are morons out there."
Yeah, there are, Paul. You're not wrong. Are we done looking at these guys? Flounders are fed. They fed. They have fed. Here, let's get over here. Let's try and get this. Whoops. Be like that. Alright. Where's my little push button? Push button McGee. There we go. They're not morons, Paul. They're simple folk. Salt of the earth. You know, morons. Alright. Oh, I love this. This is like, this is one of my other favorite fish in this fish room. Is this pleco. This is a sailfin pleco. This guy is as big, if not, well, Bala sharks are getting bigger, but he's definitely almost as, I'd say almost identically as long as that fish over there, and that's the biggest Bala. So he's big. as a sail fin. I use that word rescue. People say I rescued this. I rescued this. There's a guy I know. He had a 15-gallon tall that this fish was in. It couldn't even turn in the tank. I'm like, dude, you gotta get some.
Window liquor number 5 said boom 125 looking good 2 thumbs up.
Thanks, man. Yeah, so I convinced him to give it up. He was gonna give it to a fish store. And the fish store was like, they were hemming and hawing. He's like, I gotta do something with this. I'm like, you know what? I definitely have room somewhere for this fish. I originally put him in a 55 because that was the biggest tank I had at the time.
Fishyman64 said is big tars what she said.
Exactly. And then I put him in there. And dude, you should have seen him for like a week straight. He did nothing but swim.
Paul Soltero
left,
said I was
right,
being nice.
up, down.
I could go full Jersey and call them dumb asses cool.
There's another big guy in here, that Hoplo cat. He likes to hang on the back. You know what? It's over here. We have the capabilities. Why don't we? It's not like it can't hurt to do a water change on these guys. So let's do this. This tank, we all know about my sump on this tank. Here, let's see, can we see it? Basically, this is a standard 30-gallon tank. I don't know what that means. This is the only one I've ever seen. Apparently, they do sell them. I don't know. But I got that for free. Color Guppies gave it to me. So it's a 30-gallon. It's drilled in the middle. That's where the water comes in, where those bubbles are coming out into that upside-down valve there. And then it spills over either side, and there's a pump on each side. Now, there is a flaw in this. I should have thought about this when I built it, and I'm going to correct this problem one of these days. But it's functional. I had to create this water bridge to kind of make it a little more even, but that water bridge always gets air in it and breaks. So I should have I had a design. You live and learn, man. Sometimes you make mistakes. You're like, okay, this design was good, but I can improve it. That's it. Everybody judge me. I don't care. It'll pay off in the end. All right, so these are on just these like whatever DC pumps that you can pause, which is what I like about that. So I always turn the pumps off when I feed. This whole thing's designed to run on one pump, so it doesn't matter if one of these pumps isn't pumping at 100%.
Fishyman64 said
So
the infamous sump.
Just get off me, Fishymon. Leave me alone, Fishymon. Alright. So yes. The infamous sump. The flawed design sump. But it's only really a simple fix. It's just a matter of doing it. Like I'd have to either get a new tank or take this one out of service to do it. And I just haven't, it's just not that important. Really, it's not that big of a deal to me. Alright. So I live with it. I live with the constant reminder that it could be better.
Paul Soltero said Jason learns from his mistakes. Wow,
Yes.
what a concept.
What a concept. Alright, let's stick that in there. Let's let this drain. Look, there's a Hoplo cat came out. I guess he thought I was going to feed. I usually shut
Jenny
the
Lynn
pumps
said
off.
the sump of shame lid. Rolling on the floor laughing.
The sump of shame. That's right. Hoplo cat's big. I got that from Fishymon. Here's my sail fin. I gotta clean this glass. Yeah, the sump of shame lid. This is my old sump.
Fishyman64 said I see a hoplo.
I took the old, it was a 20 long. I broke it down, but I had Fish Fam stickers all over it. There's some Rico stickers, Foxy Fishes, Barrel Fish Fam, LRB, Saturday Morning Cartoons. Was it 503 Aquatics, Detroit Shrimp and Aquatics? Remember that guy? Mike's Aquatics and Things. Yeah. Some Stephen P. 2003, Kaler Aquatics, Swampy Acres. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I broke my old sump down and I needed glass lids, and I was like, you know what? I just cut the tank apart and saved. I have lids on each one of my sumps that I made from one of the old 20s, which I thought was a good use. Anyway, And these Denison barbs are getting big too.
That's lovely, that is.
Yeah. And the other thing in here is Buenos Aires tetras. Only like 3 or 4 left. I've had those forever, man. Those are forever. Denison barbs and Buenos Aires. And I was thinking at some point maybe moving some of my Geos in here. I have 2 Wine Millerai that are in a 75. That when they get, I don't know how that would work in this tank. I don't think it would be a problem, honestly. I'm not sure though. Like, I don't think they would mess with the Denison barbs. I don't think they would mess with the tetras or the, yeah, I don't know. I'm not entirely sure. I have to think about that. Not like I gotta make a decision right now. I mean, they're doing fine in the 75. They're barely even.
Fishyman64 said that tank is lacking BBA. Whips World said, Jason, I don't know if you've heard, but those bala sharks are gonna get big. Like, really big. Rolling on the floor laughing.
Well, I don't know if you noticed, Whip, but they already are kind of big. Like, really big. They might not look like it, but they're definitely. I mean, that dude is to here on my wrist. That's a good, like, what, 12 inches easily. I know they get bigger, but they're also in a 125. They got room.
Big
They got room
Steve's
to grow.
Glassbox Creations said, have you got any spawning out of the Wine Millerai?
Not yet. They were still kind of little. I was actually setting a camera to put them on. But, these bala sharks, I was trying to remember when I got these. For some reason, I keep thinking 09. So, right around 2009 is when I got the bala sharks. And I originally had 4 of them. And, like, within the first month, one of them died.
Thank you, Killer Kitty 08, very much for the 10 gifted memberships.
Oh my God. Thank you, Killer Kitty. And thanks for being here. And that guy was very excited about it. Awesome. Thanks. And good morning. Killer Kitty's in the house. Right on, Killer. Thank you. Yeah, memberships. Just in case you don't know, they sponsor this channel here. We do giveaways, usually monthly, if not more than, several times a month. And all those giveaways are basically sponsored by members. Membership's $1, 99 cents. And thank you for gifting them. Yeah, so it definitely helps out, and it goes back to the community. So if you're into that, feel free. If not,
Whips
no big
World
deal.
said, wow, they are already big. I
Yep.
think 18 inches is what they top out at, right?
Yeah, they're getting pretty big, man. Like, I'm thinking maybe I've seen some though at some fish
said,
stores
why
that
is
were
there no
definitely
BBA
like,
in that tank?
there is BBA in this tank, but it's real hard to see because it's kept in check.
TJ
Like,
Autocross said, welcome to membership Whip, Oinky, Ben,
Those-
Fish Tank Dad, Whizzle, Original Outlaw, Benjamin Peters, Sharkfin, 165, and Renee House.
well, thanks. Thank you. And welcome new members. If you can see this piece of slate there, or whatever, it's covered in like little tufts of blackbeard algae. The problem is, not the problem, this is actually a great thing. These bala sharks eat like everything. So as soon as anything grows, they're nipping at it. You can see kind of blackbeard on the plants. Patty's getting on me about getting those bamboo fake plants, which is a good idea. I gotta write this down. See, I gotta write stuff down or I totally forget it. There goes my pencil. Bamboo fake plants for 125G. Ba-ba-dum. Yes.
Congratulations, Window Liquor number 5 on the membership milestone. Window Liquor number 5 has been an extraordinary Aquarist for 4 months.
I gotta do something about that guy. He gets way too excited. That AI is off the hook. And thank you, Window Liquor number 5, for being a member for 4 months. Extraordinary Aquarist you are. Yes.
Congratulations, Jenny Lynn, on the membership milestone. Jenny Lynn has been an extraordinary Aquarist for 4 months.
Fishyman64
Right on,
said, talking
Jenny.
of Patty, where is she?
I haven't seen Patty, man. She's written us off. We're dead to her.
Window licker number 5 said, "Lol thumbs up."
Yeah, that was funny. Yes. Speaking of giveaways,
Congratulations,
we don't have enough
Fishyman
time
Fra,
today.
on the membership milestone.
We might do one
Fishyman
next
has
week.
been an
It's
extraordinary aquarist for 4 months.
Thanks.
Barbara
Fishman.
Jackson said, "Are those rainbows in there also?"
No, they're not. There are Buenos Aires Tetris, which are the ones that have like the little flag pattern on the tail, and the ones with the color on them with the stripe are Denison Barbs. Actually, they have a flag pattern on their tail too. The ones with the red and black on the tail are the Buenos Aires. The one with the yellow and black on the tail and the red noses are the Denison Barbs. There's a sailfin pleco
That's lovely, that is.
and Hoplocat. Those are the only things in here. Hoplocat's big. He's been around for a little while too, right? I know that Fishymon had him for a while before, but he got him from somebody too. I don't think he had him as a baby. I could be wrong about that. I think somebody convinced him to take it, or maybe he did pick it up as a. I don't know. If he's here, answer me. Where'd you get that Hoplocat? He likes to hide. Oh yeah, I also forgot. There is a zebra loach in here. Botia. He lives underneath this rock. And that is by far the oldest fish I have in this fish room. Yeah, you can barely see him under there, but he's in there.
Fishyman64 said, "I had him since he was 2 inches."
Oh, okay. So you had him from when he was like basically you bought him from the store. Gotcha. That zebra loach
Kalish
I
said,
have
"Good
is another
morning,
one.
Jason, and all you wonderful people."
Good morning, Kalish. Thanks for being here. The zebra loach, I rescued, whatever. Took it in from a buddy of mine, and they had him for 2 years before they gave him to me, and that was 14 years ago. That's how old. So that fish is going on 16, 17, maybe even older. Oops, pumps are kicking on. Let's turn them back off because we're not done with the water change. Oh, hang on, I gotta reach this. Sorry. This was an old saltwater tank. Fishyman was there helping me pick this up. I think he's the one that found it, actually. Sent me the link on Facebook or something. 125, saltwater, reef ready. It's got like these overflow weirs, and the bottom of the tank is drilled. That's why it basically needed a sump. Or I had to block off the weir, or the thing, which that was almost more of a pain in the ass than just making a sump. Yeah, and the cabinet was in horrible shape. I ended up painting it all black with like Rust-Oleum. It was like this red cherry looking, but it was damaged severely by saltwater. I think this tank had a vermitid snail problem too when it was saltwater, because there was like those vermitid snails all over the weirs, but they have since gone the way of the woolly mammoth in this tank. But they were there for a long time. Actually, I think there's still some of them on there. Yeah, you can still see remnants of them, like the calcium shells. Yeah, this is my biggest tank, and it would be kind of cool to get another big ass tank like this.
Fishyman64 said, "I was there, I remember."
Yeah. Speaking of that, I have this little flask. Oops. A little bit more. I usually fill this up with water, and I've been meaning to do this, but I keep forgetting. I have a pothos plant that's up in this corner that is dying for water. It's been a while. I might actually give it twice as much because it's been that long. Gotta water your plants if you want them to live. Can't believe I forgot about this one for that long.
Window licker number
That bag.
5 said, "I really think you need Godzilla in there, full score thumbs up."
Gojira! Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Torn about that. Sometimes I think that's,
Fisherman64
that I'm into that whole... Sometimes I just like it the natural look, like a bottom of a river kind of thing. What did Fishymon say? Speak! Speak! I need Godzilla in there. There's Godzilla all around here. Ever show you guys? I don't know if I ever showed you this. Somebody gave this to me for my birthday. My friends. It's like a little Lego fish tank with a stand. Let me open this. I don't have any fingernails. I don't think there's anything in there to show you anyway. But yeah, you got that one. And this little one.
Fishyman64 said blah blah blah.
Blah, 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 blah. We're almost done with this water change. But blah, blah, blah. Oh, you know what we never did? Well, that's still draining. We can look at this. I never filled these up with RO. Did that turn them on? I don't know. I think they're just timers are off. I really got to get a better way to get water in this tank, RO water, because as you can see, this jug does not fit. So I can't dump the whole thing in. I have to like throw it into the water. Get in there. I need like those
Fishyman64
NASCAR.
said then you're gonna have to rebalance your sump.
Well, if you see, the sump is balanced because the water bridge does work. It just takes a minute. And a lot of times it gets slow because air gets in it. But I have a redesign in mind. It's just a matter of doing it. Uh-oh, it's 11:30. Fishroom just went dark. Nice. Alright, that was that. I have one more jug, and then I have to start making, and that's pretty much done too, so we can finish dumping this in this tank. We will get the water flowing into the tank. Alright, that's that. Let's move this over here. Let's get some more slack out of this hose here. And we are going to put this over here. Now let's back this camera up a sec. Let's take this out. Ooh, don't do that. Break the glass, that would suck. That would be a bad day. Bad day. You do not need that. At all, ever. Alright. Let's get this done. Let's get her done. Let's take that. We're done with this. Oh. Man, come on. What is going on here? Stupid quick distance. Let's get all jammed up. Not very quick. It's going to get jammed. All right. Now, before I get too crazy, I'll show you what I'm talking about with the water bridge. Let's see. Can you guys see that? You can see it, right? Let me get on this side. Let me take this lid off. This is what I use for the water bridge, basically a PVC pipe. Now, when it blocks, I have this little thing. Stick in there. Make sure there's no file balls or anything in the way. Take that. Take this. This comes off, right? The diffuser. Stick it on there. And this is how I prime
Barbara
it.
Jackson said bad day for the fish, but think of the clicks you'd get.
Oof. I don't need those clicks. See that, all the air that just purged out of there? Bam. That's basically how I restart the water bridge. And then that's good. Bam. Put that back. Put that back. Bada bing, bada boom. Now let's fill it up. Doo doo. Doo 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 doo. Alright, well, we're gonna fill this up. And we're probably gonna get out of here. Let me turn off these lights. These don't need to be on anymore. Put them back to auto. Auto, auto, auto. Bad day for the fish. That's right. Very bad day for the fish, honestly. It'd be like the worst day ever for those fish. Oh, the more days than back to better temps. Relays are. Oh yeah. It's getting cold. It's cold today, that's for sure. And was it Alishon was saying they want it down in the teens this week. Oof. Not fun. Not fun at all. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to let, what did we do? The salt, I knew this was going to kick on. I could sense it. I just came over at the right time. All right. Well, while this is filling, I'm going to use the bathroom because I got to pee like crazy. I'll be right back. All right. Sorry about that. Man, it's too much coffee. Too much coffee run through me. Whew. Okay. I can relax now. Yes. Yeah, this health ride is doing pretty good over here. I like it. Yeah, and basically I just fill it up until it starts filling up so it starts overflowing into the sump. And then, And that'll be that.
Fishyman64 said it's colder than a witch's tit, bruh.
Yeah, it is. It's definitely cold. Sitting here looking at this planted tank over here. Yeah, it looks like it was needing some nutrients. Might throw some root tabs in there. It's on the list of things to do I keep forgetting about. I should put it on the list. Root tabs. See, what have we done? Done the hangout. Well, we've started the hangout back. Root tabs and tanks. Oh yeah, I forgot that too. Oh well. There's not enough time in this day. Only got 20 minutes, if that. The U.S. National Weather Service issue a snow squall warning until the 14th. That's tomorrow. Today it's 13th. What day is today? Come on, man. What day is today? 14th. So that's today. Today's 14th. So all right. Winter squall warning up until like noon, which is a couple minutes from now. Mm-hmm. All right. We're almost topped off here.
Andy Carson said I have to add to my reminder list to remember to read my reminder list.
I know that feeling. Holy cow, man. I feel I'm personally attacked. There was that Fritz. Here it is, the glass cleaner. This stuff actually worked pretty well. I'm going to try and, I'm just going to spray it on the cloth.
MNC Aquatics said a balmy -8 degrees with wind chill of -15 degrees.
Wee, that smells cold. Any second now, that's going to hit the weir. There it goes. There we go. Tank is full, essentially. Just trying to clean up some of these water spots. Yeah, favorite stuff. KGE gave me this stuff. It's actually, he sells it, so it's on his website. Works pretty well. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't think it would work as well as it did. Usually that stuff always seems pretty gimmicky to me, but it actually works. Oh, can't find it, huh? Stupid and it works. It ain't stupid, right? Let's wrap this hose up. Back to normal. And I use that word loosely. Alright. Bump, 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 bump. Okay. Pow. Just clean this glass. I guess we can turn the pumps back on. Choochin', choochin'. Let's close the lid. Let's clean this off. Probably could have cleaned the inside glass. There's a little bit of algae growing on it. Oh well. Not too shabby, honestly.
PNW Aqua said if you're suffering from old buggeritis, ask your doctor about Ricostin.
Costin, is it right for you? Alright, wash that. Just can go back upstairs. We're going to let the vinegar soak on that filter probably for a good couple of days. We stir it around once or twice. And yeah, I think this is pretty much going to be it for today. Alright guys, I appreciate everyone. Please hit that like button if you haven't already. If you got any questions or comments you want to talk to me about or address, feel free to leave
Fishyman64
it
said,
below.
I don't want to go outside, but I gotta go to the liquor store.
You don't have to go to the liquor store, but I hear you. Yes, if you got any questions, comments, leave them in the comments below. You can send me an email, depthsunknownfishkeeping@gmail.com, if you want to talk about something or you want me to, address some questions you have. I don't know, whatever. I'm open. All right, guys, thanks for everything, and we will see
Scotty
you.
Aquity said thank you for the stream. Please hit the like button, everyone, thumbs up.
That's right. Hit that like button on the way out. Subscribe if you're not. And we will see you next time. All right, guys. Thanks.
Kalish said thanks, Jason. Have a wonderful day, everyone.
Thank you. You too. And we will see you next Sunday. Be there or be square.
Fishyman64 said bye.
Bye.